record this. All right, so again, I want to say welcome to joining us. Please, can you just tell me, take a second and just tell me, where are you joining us from? Where are you joining us from? Where are you joining us from? Chiming in from Lagos. It's been a heavy downpour all day. It's crazy here in Lagos. It's been raining. Yeah, TLT joining from Jos. That's our Dr. Chalatu. Thank you for joining in. And I see Elizabeth Tebil. Thank you, ma'am, joining in from Jos. And I see Mavis Jimba from Akwanga. Thank you. SP Umo, SP Kochiko joining us from Umuaya. Yeah, Fatima is joining us. Fatima Ibrahim joining us from Jos. And I see Derity Booker joining also from Jos. Then we have Kemi joining in from Lagos. We have Pastor Modest and Yadike joining in from Lagos. And Kombe Amos joining in from Gombe. So you see, we have varieties, different locations, all coming in for one purpose. So let's get this started, so that as others come, they will also be sharing with us where they join us from. So ladies and gentlemen, as we begin, my name is Solomon James. I want to say thank you very much for sharing your beautiful, cool, probably wet Wednesday, depending on where you are joining us from, because in Lagos here it's been a very wet day. And I want to say thank you and for joining in, and welcome to Drink and Grow Rich. Dr. Kaite, thank you for joining us all the way from Uyo. But first, let's put out this disclaimer that the information that we will be sharing here tonight is not intended to replace the services of trained health professionals or to be a substitute for medical advice. Please, you are advised to consult with your healthcare professionals with regards to matters relating to your health, particularly regarding matters that may require diagnosis or medical attention. The information shared here is for informational and educational purposes only. That the Food and Drug Administration have not evaluated this statement, and this material is created for the express purpose of sharing educational information and scientific research gathered from the studies and experiences of authors, healthcare professionals, scientists, nutritionists, and informed health advocates. Before beginning any practice relating to health, we strongly recommend, whether it's for diet or hydration, that you first obtain the consent and advice of a licensed healthcare professional. Again, the information contained herein is not intended to replace a one-on-one relationship with your doctor or qualified healthcare professional. This information, again, is not intended as medical advice, but rather a sharing of knowledge and information from the research and experience of the presenters. The presenters encourage you to make your own healthcare decisions based upon your research and in partnership with a qualified healthcare professional. As we continue, you and only you are responsible if you choose to do anything based on what you will be hearing here tonight. With that being taken off the way, let's begin. The fact, according to a Loharis poll, which has become a constant, this is a US statistics, that 96% of the people lying awake at night, people are disturbed about two things. People are concerned about their health, and people are concerned about their finances. Now, if this is a US statistics, what do you think the statistics for Nigeria or for Africa will be like? So it's something that people are paying attention to, because people wake up, they can't sleep, they are disturbed. Two things are involved, either health or financial. And God really helping you that you are now having both a health concern and a financial concern. That actually is traumatic, which is why we do this, trying to move people from the illness zone to the wellness zone, because we are seeing a high level of premature deaths in the land. Now, we do know in Lagos and some other parts, they say cholera is actually taking off, having a kind of a ravaging effect right now. But aside from that, sometimes signs show themselves. People don't pay attention to the signs. The signs evolve to symptoms. Before you know, there is disability and people are gone too soon. So what we do here, online and offline, please, you will do well to be muted, okay? Now, what we do here, online or offline, is aligning with the words of Robin Sharma. Robin Sharma said better awareness will create better choices, and better choices will be creating better results. So as we create awareness, we move into educating ourselves so that collectively we can grow into a higher level of wellness. Now, why does this matter? It does because what you drink matters. People today feel they can just drink anything. Even for those of us who are people of faith, you're a Christian, I'm a student of the Bible, and I truly believe the Bible. In the book of John, chapter 4, verse 13, there is a story of Jesus having a conversation with a woman who they met at the well, and the woman was trying to sell Jesus on Abraham's type of water, the well of Abraham and the water therein. And Jesus was also trying to tell the woman something about his own water. So their conversations were centered around water. But in verse 13, Jesus replied, anyone who drinks this water will soon become thirsty again. This is referencing her water. But in verse 14, he said, but those who drink the water that I give will never be thirsty again. Obviously, you are seeing that this is talking about two types of water. Your water will make people thirst again. My water will make people not to be thirsty again. But it continues to say it becomes a fresh bubbling spring within them, giving them eternal life. It means, I'm a student of science. They tell you water is neutral. But Jesus is saying, no, it's not neutral, because if my type of water gets into your body, it becomes something. If the good water gets into your body, it becomes something good. If bad water gets into your body, it becomes something bad. So not all water is truly created equal. There are places around the world we get to hear of healing water, miracle water, wonder water. They exist in places in France, like France, in Germany, in Mexico, in India. Saudi Arabia has the what they call the Zamzam water. We have the Osun Ikogosi spring water in the southwestern belt of Nigeria. People go there telling you how the water has healing or health potential and benefits to them. Well, for science to endorse things, it needs to be proven. So back in 1950, a research began, conducted along some of these unique locations. Why for thousands of years, they have maintained legendary status as natural source for miracle or healing water. At the end of the research and test, they discovered that there was a common ground in this miracle healing water. They found out that these bodies of water contains what they call active hydrogen. Now, what's active hydrogen? Active hydrogen serves as antioxidant, serves as anti-aging, and serves as what we now reference as ORP, oxidation reduction potential. This is Mr. and Mrs. Oshiro, the founders of this company. They are the founder of the company called Energic. Energic is a Japanese company that manufactures medical-grade Kangen water machines, providing healthy therapeutic water for in-home use. So Energic does not sell water. Energic sells machines, medical-grade machines. And the word Kangen is a Japanese word. It simply means return to origin. So when we talk about Kangen water, we are referencing a type of water helping the human body to reset and go back the way God intended it to be. This company has been around for 50 years, just about almost 2 weeks now, okay? 21st of June, the company celebrated its 50th anniversary. 5 decades setting the standard. So if you are joining us for the first time, this is not something new, just new to you. The company is already marching forward to its 51st anniversary. That's longevity speaking. In this period, they have offices in 26 countries, 43 locations servicing the rest of the world. And you can see that Nigeria is one of those countries, and the Nigeria is servicing actually the rest of Africa. Now, within the African scope, when some of us started pushing this project back in 2022, August, there were less than 5,000 of this machine in Africa, less than 5,000 of this machine in Africa. And as you can see, Nigeria is the country with the highest number of this machine. You can see it here, 1,866 machine in 48 years as at that time, not up to 5,000 machine in the whole of Africa, and the whole of Africa, 5,000, the whole of Nigeria, less than 2,000. How many persons are in Jos? I see somebody from Akwanga. How many persons are in Akwanga? Don't you have more than 2,000 people there? I see Dr. Kaite joining us from Uyo. How many persons are in Uyo? And the whole of Nigeria has less than 2,000 machine. It tells you that this machine has not even penetrated into the market. So if you are joining us, it's a good time because you will be getting to see the information as to why this works and why you should be running with it. Now, the Energic office was opened May last year, May 10, 2023. So we are practically just a year plus and running to a second anniversary. This was the exact date the company was opened in Lagos, 105 Adeni Jones. If you have anybody in Lagos, or you come into Lagos, like yesterday, we had Dr. Mike, who had traveled out of the country and was coming in all the way from Aba. Traveled out, and he just stopped by and was at the office yesterday. So anytime you come into Lagos, you may want to do well to also join us so that you can see the office, see what we are talking about for real. Now, this is their factory in Osaka in Japan, where all these machines are handcrafted, ground floor. It's called an OEM facility, original equipment manufacturer. They do not outsource any part of this. This has given them lots of awards and documented recognitions. Two, outstanding for us is the one from the Japanese Ministry of Health, endorsing this device as a medical device. The International Standard Organization also endorsed this device as a medical device, giving it the ISO number 13485. Perhaps you're not using your phone right now. You may just want to go to your Google and type in the word ISO 13485. You will notice that that is given only to medical devices. So what you see here is not just a machine, it's a medical certified device. So these are flagship products. We'll call it the SD501. Now, this is a state-of-the-art technology helping to produce 5 types of water. It helps to create what we call Kangen water, clean water, beauty water, strong Kangen water, and strong acidic water. So those are 5 types of water coming out from the same machine. However, there are different types of pH. So we have the 8.5, 9.5 drinkable range. We have your clean water pH of 7 from our elementary school. They told us our pH drinking water was neutral. Okay, so the pH is 7. Your beauty water is 4.5 to 5.5. It's a range. Your strong Kangen water is 11.5, while your strong acidic water is the pH of 2.5. We'll be throwing more light on that. But remember, when we talked about the active hydrogen, we said what they discovered was antioxidant, anti-aging, and the ORP. First off, I need to tell you that oxidation ages us. We need antioxidants. We need the negative ORP. If the more you expose yourself to oxidation, the more you age. The lady on the left-hand side, she's aging because oxidation impacts your age. It impacts on you. Antioxidant is good. It serves as anti-aging. So you see a lot of ladies doing their smoothie drinks, doing anything that has an antioxidant has the ability to slow down the aging process or reverse it. Get yourself an apple today, perhaps tonight, or depending on the time you get to be watching this. Cut your apple into 2. You'll find out 3 to 5 minutes it goes brown. Why is that so? It's oxidation. Get yourself perhaps brand new silver looking shiny nails. Few days later, they are rusty. Cause oxidation. You may want to get yourself some apple. A few weeks ago, I was in Jos, okay, and they have what they call tomatoes Jos, fresh tomatoes coming out from Jos. But a few days later, you get to see this. It's oxidation. If all of these are getting oxidized, what do you think happens to your glass of water? Because the formula for water is H2O, oxygen is involved. And many of us will get our glasses of water, we drink, or open our bottled water, we drink, we keep them on the table, we go do other things, we come back, not knowing that that water is also getting oxidized. So your water gets oxidized and its impact is not good for you. So we have good water, we have bad water. However, every time living tissues get exposed to oxidation, the end product is sickness. How do we get to show you and prove this? Every time you test a liquid and it goes positive in oxidation, that liquid is not helpful to your body. Once the ORP means oxidation reduction potential, read it backward, it means the potential to reduce oxidation. Once it goes positive, it's not helping you. So you see your tap water at 300, bottled water 200 to 300, your soda drink, Coke, Fanta, 7-Up, Mirinda, and whatever brand you have affinity for, they are very, very bad in oxidation. Positive. You see on the right side, we are seeing things like green tea. For this chilled weather, when we are done, anyway, I have my Ukon tea, so I'll be taking my Ukon tea for the night. But green tea is very good for the body. It's minus 100. Your fresh fruit and vegetables, they are minus 100. Your vitamin C is minus 100. Your cod liver oil is minus 200. But you see, a glass of Kangen water is minus 400 and above. Now, when we get to test this, anything that falls on the positive side will age you and is highly oxidizing. Anything that comes on the right-hand side is anti-aging and will help to reduce oxidative stress. So follow me into the lab as we check out the first property, which is the oxidation effect. So here we have our tap water. Then we have reverse osmosis bottled water. Then we also have a type of mineral water. This is Fiji bottled water. Then we have Evian. So you may want to test the bottled water around you or what you consume so that you know how good it is or how bad. Then we have our soft drink here, represented by 7-Up. Then we have our Kangen water. It's Kangen, not Kengen. It's Kangen water. That's how it's pronounced in Japan. So here we have that. They all look alike. Suddenly, we introduce the ORP meter. This is the meter that tells us if it's positive, it's bad, if it's negative, it's good. So let's go back to glasses of water and let's see. What's our tap water giving us? Over 400 positive. There's no negative in front. Look at the reverse osmosis, 400. This water is very oxidized. Take a look at the mineral water, 400 plus. Take a look at the Evian mineral water, 400 plus. For you, it's mineral water, but it's positive. Take a look at your soda drink, guys, 500 plus, very, very oxidized. Then take a look at your Kangen water. Suddenly, what do you see? It's going negative. 450, 480, 490, 503, 526, 530, 545, 546. It keeps, and that will continue to about 600, 700, 800 negative. So if we didn't test it, you wouldn't have known that they didn't have the same reading. But what's the import of what you've seen? There is a book I like to reference. The title of the book is Healing is Voltage, written by Dr. Jerry Tennant. Now, in that book, and it's stated medically and scientifically, for the human body to maintain itself, you need about a minus 20 to minus 25 millivolts of charge for your body to maintain itself. For cell repair and rejuvenation, your body will be needing about a minus 50 millivolts of charge. However, here we are taking our tap water, giving us 400 plus. That's water is 8 times not helping your body. I needed a minus 50 and I'm getting a plus 400. We saw the other bottles of water all in their 400 category, 450, which is 9x, not helping your body. Then you saw that your soda drink here was giving us over 500. This is 10 times not helping your body, but for you, you are enjoying, not knowing you are killing the body. Then we saw our Kangen water here climbing up above minus 500. If I need a minus 50 minimum and I'm having a minus 500, that is 10 times potency to actually impact your body positively, to heal the body, for the body to heal itself, for the cells to begin to rejuvenate. That is why you need to take Kangen water. For information, just one glass of Kangen water is equivalent of 94 bananas. Yes, the antioxidant trapped in 94 bananas is what you will be experiencing taking one glass of Kangen water. So in case anybody gives you a glass of Kangen water, the person are just giving you 94 bananas. And none of us on this call, even if we're advanced monkeys, will be able to consume 94 bananas at a go. Or you can take a cup, 2 glasses, 3 glasses of Kangen water. So imagine the accumulated numbers of bananas given to you. It's equivalent to 38 carrots. It's equivalent to 64 apples. They tell you an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And here am I giving you 64 apples at a swap. Just drink it down. That's the power of what you see. Every other bottled water, they don't tell you they contain antioxidant. They just tell you it's clean water, it's pure water. This contains antioxidant. Secondly, every time we talk about water, what really comes to people's mind is alkaline water. So you get people say, oh, I take brand X, I take brand Y, I take Lacena, I take this and that. Well, those of us that read sciences, you are familiar with this color range. If the color goes to the left, it's acidic. Anything acidic is sickness. If the color goes to the right, it's alkaline. Anything alkaline is good for the body, which is why there's actually a driver. So now we talk about water, we say, hey, that's alkaline water. Well, let's take a look and see back to our lab what is in your glass of water. Now, to bring this home, all you just need is a pH tester. Okay, methylene drop. Those of us that did chemistry, you know, titration, what we use to know if it's acidic or alkaline. All you just need is a drop. And for me, I normally just put a drop and it becomes even. You are seeing the color range. And look at the last one, the Kangen. You can see the Kangen color. Look at the rest of them. You can see that of the Kangen is different, real alkaline. Okay, now let's go back. So this, why do we take Kangen water? This is what happens. When you take Kangen water, take a look at this, it raises the color. Look at the other RO water, that's acidic, it becomes alkaline. Take a look at this Fiji water, it becomes more alkaline. Take a look at the Evian bottle water, it becomes more alkaline. Take a look at the soda drink. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Nothing is changing. That thing is very, very acidic, very, very acidic. Some people don't even know how damaging these things can be. Take a look at just what a sip of soda drink can do to the human body. It turns that environment back to become acidic. I mean, this is one of my favorite parts when I do this physically. I just keep pouring it into the glasses and it turns everything alkaline to become acidic. Look at it, it's turned acidic. A cap. So what do you think will happen if we get to turn a bottle, or some of us will go to a party and we down 3, 4, 5 bottles because they are free? Ladies and gentlemen, you may want to Google suicide weapon in your refrigerator. Okay, it's an article written by Nigerian doctors in the Nation newspaper, the Nation online, and you will understand why you may not want to have that experience of taking these things again. Okay, this is Dr. Warburg, the man that discovered the real cause of cancer in 1923. He got a Nobel Prize in 1931. In his work, The Metabolism of Tumors, he demonstrated all forms of cancers are characterized by two basic conditions, what he calls acidosis and hypoxia. What is acidosis? Your pet drinks, your soda drinks, and all those things, they are very acidic. We've just tested it to show you how acidic it is. But in case you think it's not bad enough, understand that cancerous tissues are acidic and healthy tissues are alkaline. It's been said that diseases don't thrive in alkaline environment, diseases thrive in acidic environment. And for some of us, we are just taking these soda drinks and all manner, depending on your favorite, many times a day. You are harming the body. And when the body comes for it, you say, I don't know how it happened. Listen, many years down before, we never had, the word cancer was very rare, was scarce. But today, cancer is an everyday thing. Remember, for some of us who are old enough here, for you to get a bottle drink, it must be your birthday. You perform well in school, it was a celebration. But today, our children go to school with these pet drinks in their bags every day. We are acidifying the next generation faster than ever, and it's impacting them. Number 3 is what we call microcluster. So we've done a first experiment to show that Kangen water was the only one that was negative, minus 500 and counting, your body healing itself very fast. We've done the second one, which is the alkalinity, and we found that Kangen water was so alkaline that it was even raising the dead to life, but only just diluting those soda drinks, but at least it was even having an effect on that. So let's go for the third one, which is the microcluster effect. Some of us get to drink water and we feel bloated, especially this rainy season. People feel bloated. People drink a little bit of water, they just feel heavy. Why is that the case? Understand, first of all, the human body is 70% water, so 30% is on the solid side. So people say we are what we eat. I say no, you are not what you eat, you are what you drink. You can go up to 3 weeks without food. You can go 3 to 5 days without water. You'll be kicking, you'll be dehydrated, okay? You'll be feeling dizzy. Your lungs is 90% water, your blood is 82% water, your skin is water. If you're on a fast, your skin will be giving you the feedback how hydrated or dehydrated you are. Your muscle is 75% water. You see 2 people of the same age, one is so flabby, not understanding that their muscle is also water. Your brain is 70% water. Let our children drink more water than all those sugar sweetened beverages we give them to dull their brain. Your bone is 22% water. All forms of sugar and sugary things, their resting points, your waist, your joints. And you can see when we started pouring the water into the soda drink, it just kept diluting it. So you need water. Why do we need water? We need water for 2 things. Number 1, channeling nutrients to the body. So you come up north, there is tuwo, shinkafa, and all the things there people eat. You come to the west, oh, the amalas and the rest. And everything that you can see, you go to the probably the south or the east, you have the abacha, you have the fufu, you have the pankoko, afang, atama, ditan, and all those things. And we eat, which one? Okay. Okay. I don't know which one is that. Okay. But whatever one you did mention, you need water to channel nutrients to your body, because many of us, we don't even get our food digested. So you keep eating, the food is not digested. And if your food is not digested, your cell does not receive it. And the cell displays you to the body. From the cell, you have the tissue. From the tissue, you have the organ. From the organ, you have the system. From the system, you have the man. If you want to change the man, what you eat must go to the cell. And because your food is not digesting fast enough, it stays in your tummy. Maybe 3-5 hours later, you go to the restroom, you turn out 80% of it, and a smaller portion is absorbed into the body. So you really need water to channel nutrients to the body. Number two, you need water to be able to detox yourself, because if you are not flushing the toxins in your body, you'll be preparing yourself for another round of disease invasion. Now, how do we get to play this out? Because our regular water is between 15 to 20 molecules, and this water, they are large clusters, thereby limiting absorption by the body. But you see, our Kangen water is micro, even in room temperature, 5 to 6 molecules. It allows greater penetration and easy absorption by the body. So for many of us who take the water, you notice within few minutes, sometimes some people can be that fast. Within 5 to 10 minutes, you're already going to the restroom. It seems as if your bladder is getting filled up. You want to go to the restroom. The water, it's micro, it's not staying in the tummy. Okay, why some of us have that bloating effect is because the water is hard, it's not penetrating. Now, how do we bring this home? Let's take another dive to our lab, and let's see. So here we have our tea bag, okay, and we put this tea bag in 2 different glasses. Take and see the same tea bag, but watch. So we're carrying out the same thing. Can you see the Kangen water is already making tea instantaneously? The same effect, the other one is not. Now, you might think, okay, maybe there's something about the other tea that was used. Just an extract taken out of this tea, just an extract. So we divide this extract into 2, right? Now, let's apply the same bodies of water again, and let's see what comes up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one water is making tea, the other water is diluting it again. This is so powerful. Look at the maximum absorption in seconds. As it's an extract, and for many people, I tell people, if we leave this extract, you will discover it begins to get darker and darker. Even without the tea bag, it keeps making tea. It absorbs every nutrient. So it is not the volume of what you eat, it's the volume of nutrient the body can receive. So with Kangen water, it basically goes into the body and begins to extract. So whether you're eating your rice, you're eating your beans, whatever you have as your meal, this water is actually helping you to enjoy it, get the maximum value out of what you are eating. So this is what, or drinking. This is why you need your Kangen water. A lot of doctors of all fields of medicine are beginning to talk about this water and its benefit. We have the book Change Your Water, Change Your Life, which I strongly recommend that you get one, you get to read. This book is like the Bible of the industry. Something you can read within an hour, but it will change your life. It will, the testimonies in it look as if it's a church service. I mean, normally when I tell people, I remember coming to Jos and I was telling them, I said, look, if you read this book, you think you are reading a church healing manual. Well, it didn't take 24 or 48 hours, and people just started standing up, sharing testimonies that look as if we were in a miracle service. You've got to read this book, Change Your Water, Change Your Life. Please reach out to whoever invited you. Let them tell you how to get a copy of this book. Then we have other books there, like I see this Killing Cancer, Not People. This book is one that, unfortunately, we have very few hard copies that came in, written by Dr. Bob Wright. He wrote this book, Killing Cancer, Not People. Bob Wright is the founder of the American Anti-Cancer Institute. And he wrote this book 20 years ago. In his view, cancer is bad. But he said what is worse than cancer is chemo and radiation. And ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to have this experience. People are going through a lot. Now, he said, chapter 6 of this book, step 3 of the cancer diet, he calls it diet, that restructured ionized water could save your life. And 3 reasons he gave. Number 1, because of the low microclustering capability, which is just the last experiment we just did. You could see how Kangen water was even extracting the tea so fast. We took an extract. Kangen water made another full cycle of tea. So the water you drink can either be enhancing your meal or diluting your meal. That's how powerful it is. Because imagine you finish eating and say, oh, let me wash it down. You go grab your soda drink. You just poison your meal. Your soda drinks are acidic, and you are taking what is acidic to wrap perhaps an organic food like maybe your beans, your yam, your rice, or whatever you ate that is organically produced, and you use acid to wrap it, and you think you are going to get well or enjoy health. No, you're not helping yourself. So because of the low microclustering ability, Kangen water goes straight into the body within seconds. You get to experience it. The strong alkalinity, which we saw, it was so powerful and so alkaline, it was even raising others that were less, even in the acidic range or even on the less alkaline range, and raising them up. And number 3, most importantly, is the low negative OROP. Now, that's the oxidation reduction potential. Dr. Roberts says, I believe that ionized water is a mandatory baseline requirement for those with cancer. It's a mandatory. So it's not, no question asked. This is the guy who founded the American Anti-Cancer Institute. So he knows what he's talking about. And some of us have videos and his talks. So if anybody that wants to learn more, reach out to whoever invited you. They will send you those videos so that you get to see how they are using this water to help people who are managing their situation around cancer. Now, this is Dr. Shinya, the guy who invented the medical process called colonoscopy. Now, he wrote this book called The Enzyme Factor. Front page of the book stated, diet for the future that will prevent heart disease, cure cancer, and stop type 2 diabetes. I mean, when I saw the word cure cancer, stop type 2, I said, who makes this claim? But this is not just your average doctor. He is a medical inventor. All globally, all standard hospitals use his invention. He's the professor of surgery at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine. I hope you know about Einstein and science. So you can't be a professor of his College of Medicine and you talk rubbish, because it will be fact-checked. This guy has performed over 360,000 colonoscopy procedures with a 100% success rate. No failure, no reversal. It's crazy. When you read this book, you'll be screaming, what? There's so much for us to know. Page 159 of his book here, he said, Kangen water is alkaline-rich water, considered to be the very best drinking water because of its incomparable powers of hydration, detoxification, and antioxidation. Yes, it works. These are some of his books. Again, in each of them, he sprinkles things about Kangen so people get to know how this is working. He's not a distributor. He uses it in his facility and is using it for the treatment of his patients. These are some of his works. He checks you are inflamed, you are sick, 3 months drinking Kangen water, all cleared. This is chronic constipation. Drink water, drink water, drink water. Some people will say they are Jakutama moment you eat, you don't drink, you can eat stone, you don't drink water. Well, this 45-year-old lady, chronic constipation, already becoming cancerous. Few months down the line, drinking Kangen water, just about 3 months, all of that is flushed and erased. This is how powerful this water is. Understand, it's not drug, it's just water. This is chemotherapy. Even for a case of prostate, it's a case of prostate. Even with chemo being done, and you can see just 3 months drinking the water, it flushes all those toxins and all those things that came with the chemo. You can use this water before chemo, during chemo, and after chemo. Listen, it works. Yesterday, somebody was at my facility and he was just sharing his story. He said, look, this thing works. This thing works. He had prostate. He said, I feel so good. He's so alive. Again, take your Kangen water. This is Mrs. Titi, patients, I call her Auntie Pepe. She also had Hodgkin lymphoma cancer, and she had done about 6 chemos, okay, countless and radiations, and things were not getting better. And somebody brought her to the facility back then, 2022 at Maryland. I was there when she came, gave her the water. She drank the water, very, very chronically fatigued and tired, went back home. The next day she was screaming. She had, because of the toxicity, high toxicity in the chemo and all of that, she was having high palpitation. 24 hours drinking that water, the palpitation ceased till today. The picture in the middle is a picture of her 5 weeks later, drinking the water, all changing and all smiling. And the rest they say today is history. I have a video where she said she was counting her days to the grave. And today that story has been reversed. Death has no power over her. Thanks to God and thanks to the vehicle of Kangen, who helped her cell to fight for itself. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we are talking about. We are seeing too many diabetes um, scenarios. Listen, you just need to break those sugar and help your insulin and help your body. And this water is doing it perfectly well. Okay, people that have gangrenous feet, legs, different things like that, they are seeing miraculous solutions. Now, somebody get to say, that means this water heals. I said, no, Kangen water heals nobody. They said, well, it cures then. I said, no, that's the wrong word to use. Kangen water does not cure. Kangen water does not heal. So how come we are having numerous testimonies across the centers and the people who have machines are seeing, recording, tangible, like I said, you people would think it's a miracle center. No. What is happening is that the water empowers your body for your body to heal itself. The human body has the potency to heal itself. All this water does is recreate that environment. The body comes alive and now has the power to heal itself. So it's your body that heals itself and not the water, please. So do know how you present this. We've spoken about Kangen water, but it's still clean water. What do I do with my clean water? Hey, clean water? What do you do with that? Whatever you do with your clean water, please go ahead with it. But please do not take your Kangen water to take your medical drugs. If you have drugs to take them with clean waters. If you take them with Kangen water will draw the drugs into the system very fast. And again, medical drugs are supposed to come into your body as slow release. You don't want that. So for it to rush into your system. So take your medications. 15, 20 minutes later, you can go back to your Kangen water, but clean water is the best. You can cook with your clean water. You can wash. I mean, people are taking bottled water that are very acidic, whereas your machine could have still produced you clean water. Then we have your beauty water, which is a range 4.5 to 5.5. This is the same pH with the human skin. Unfortunately, we can't actually demonstrate this online because on our live meeting, this is one of the highest points. I like to see people's face brighten when people get to, in 1 minute, your skin begin to go through a transformation. It's like a matrix system. Your skin transforms in 1 minute, becomes very soft, becomes very supple, because this water is the same environment. The pH of the human skin is what this water is. You spray it on your body, it relieves dryness. You feel this energizing effect. It controls oil, reduces dark circles, brightens your skin. A lot of persons are saying their skin is glowing. Their skin is glowing. Madam Fumi is always sharing. People are always complimenting her skin. Listen, guys, it's not just for Madam Fumi. A lot of us are having these testimonies using this beauty water. It refines your pores. It relieves pimples. Those of us who snack, you find out you're now eating those, your groundnut and other things, and the pimples breaking out are being contained. It moisturizes your hair. Somebody was sharing the other day from Jaws, how our hair that was very hard, just sprinkling the beauty water and our hair becomes very lustrous and soft. It relieves sensitive skin. It reduces eye bags. It soothes your skin after treatment. So guys, you get to have you get yourself shaved, your bed shaved. No, you don't need all those lotion on those aftershave. Take your beauty water and just spray. No bumps, nothing. Everything is just gets smooth and treated. Moisturize, it makes the skin very firm and elastic, and a whole lot more. Okay, there is a manual, 68 uses of Kangen water. You may want to do well to get one for yourself. Then we have the 11.5. So again, we said it produces 5 types of water. So we've talked about the Kangen range, 8.5, 9, or 9 and 9.5. We'll talk about our clean water. We've just spoken about our beauty water. Let's talk about our 11.5. This is the one that Dr. Bob recommends for people with cancer, people with stroke, people with cholesterol, and very high acid in the body, chronic acidosis in the body. They might be needing 11.5. Now, even though Dr. Bob would tell you that the company does not recommend you drink this, but everything is being researched from his work, and he has done, he's seen tremendous result administering this to people with some of these outline conditions, which is why, again, please reach out and get the book, 68 Uses of Kangen Water, so that you can see how it works. But we also use this for our fruit and our veggies. How do we wash our veggies, ladies? People use salt. Some people add apple cider vinegar. Some people just use clean water to wash their fruit and their veggies. Well, let's show you in 1 minute a better way to wash your fruit and your vegetables. So this is sesame oil. Okay, we're using oil because, and it's darker oil, so you can see it. Any oil will serve. So we put this oil in 3 different glasses. And what do we see here? We take again our tap water and we pour. Well, science will tell you oil and water don't mix, so I think that science is correct here because you are seeing the oil is floating. Correct. Well, the same oil, right? Let's apply our 11.5 and let's see. Suddenly, something is looking like milkshake. No, that's not kunu. That's not Bonvita. That's emulsification. That is oil being broken by water. So imagine somebody with cholesterol and you drank this water, it just goes in and decoagulates that oil out of the body. However, we use this usually for our fruits and our vegetables. So your ugu, your pumpkin, whatever, your apple. So we use our tap water, right? And yes, we use our 11.5. If you're using your 11.5 to wash your fruit and vegetables, it's about 3 minutes, okay? And you are going to see something you weren't expecting. Now, for many of us over the years, the proof that our fruit and our vegetables look clean is in the color. You get to look at it, oh, no more particles, the water is looking clean, then it's good for you to munch. This water looks clean. But let's try using our 11.5 water that we just soaked. Oh, wow. I thought it was clean, but this is looking greenish yellow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not green tea, this is pesticides. These herbicides, these all the sides on your fruit. The word sides is suicide, is death. The word sides is death. So we have suicide, pesticides, insecticides, anything that is side kills. And we are now using all these sides on our fruit, killing the people who partake using them. Now, if I had to give you this greenish water to say drink, you will say, God forbid, I will not drink. But if I'd given you the fruit washed with our tap water, you would have eaten it because for you it's clean. Now, what you have just rejected was all on it. Perhaps you wanted to prepare smoothie and you told them, hey, blend all of this, let me have my smoothie drink. All these chemicals were in that smoothie drink. So do you really think you were getting healthy or you were poisoning yourself on a large scale? These are the discoveries that people don't know, and we're bringing these things to light using our 11.5. Now, when the farmer plants his crops, one way to preserve it, and I mean, like I said, in Lagos, it's been raining all through the night, and somebody said in Port Harcourt, it's been raining since yesterday. And across the country, I don't know where you are joining us, if it rained today, but Lagos was a really rainy day. Now, if you are a farmer and you are sprayed pesticides on your crops and it rains, it will wash it away. It will be a loss. So they use oil-based pesticides so that these things get to stick. So some of us get to buy our fruits, our veggies. They look glossy. You think they are glossy. No, it's the pesticides that are on them. Now, these things are not safe. They are trying to protect their crops. When the farmer harvests and sends it to the market, does he remove this chemical? No, he does not. It's your duty. And he just use water to wash. And tomorrow you are saying, I don't know where this sickness is coming from. It's not from our family. Not to talk of the GMO products that we have multiplying in the market today. Much more so when they spray this thing, they get to max themselves up. If it is not safe for them to breathe, how come this is safe for you and your family to now consume? Ladies and gentlemen, please take personal responsibility for what enters the mouth of each and every member of your family. Let's talk about the last type of water, which is the 2.5. The 2.5 is a strong and excellent disinfecting solution. It helps to sanitize your knives, your cutting board, your dish towel. You can disinfect your hands. You can, even with the cholera, I think, was it yesterday on the radio? I was hearing them saying, oh, you need to go back to hand sanitizer. Somebody said hand sanitizers again because of cholera and all those places. So Hey, but with your 2.5, you can do all of that. You can disinfect your toothbrush. You can clean your skin. You can remove stains. You can eliminate odors. This 2.5 does a whole lot. I saw a video, okay, a testimony on some of the, I think Pastor K's WhatsApp group, okay, that I'm on. And somebody posted today how a deep knife cut, very deep knife cut, just 24 hours, applying this 2.5 was just healed. Now, that's not a revelation. It is what I know, and it's what many of us know, because it does much more than that. We've seen gangrenous legs that you are. In fact, when Pastor Yemi sent that video to me of the leg, it was so gangrenous. I cringe because it affected me. But in less than a week, in fact, first question I asked him, I said, I hope this is not land matter, because science does not see demon. No. And he was laughing. He said, I don't know. He said, what should I use? I said, go and use 2.5. 6 days later, he was sending me another video. The leg healed. We've seen too many testimonies. These things work. These are some effects. Eczema, well, gone. Just a couple of 2 weeks. This is psoriasis. Yeah, it's breaking out. Before, after, it's gone. This man worked in the hospital 11 years. They couldn't fix this. He's a male nurse. And just 60 days, drinking the Kangen water and applying the 2.5, the 2.5 kills 99.999999% of all germs, E. coli, staph, and all kind of bacteria in 30 seconds or less, guaranteed. Take it to any lab. You can walk to any center, tell them to give you a piece, take it to any lab and experiment this yourself. See, they've been using this liquid the past 50 years in all Japanese hospitals. It's crazy what they do with these things. So you must have it, and have it at home, have it in your bedroom, have it in your kitchen, have it just around you. Now, this is Suzanne. How can you smile with this kind of condition? But again, just spraying this is 8 weeks down the line, and Suzanne can smile again. So this is why what we are seeing, and there are different testimonies we can't even put here, because people will think these things are scam, but they really do work. Now, I don't know when you join me. I don't know who is a guest here, but if you really see value here, because some people will just, when you talk to somebody about water, and the person will just say, all water is the same thing. I smile. But when you now get to see how this works, you understand that this is totally different. If you're on this call and you see value in what we've discussed so far, please give me a 3 in the chat group, in the chat room, if you see value in what we've discussed so far. If you see value, please give me a 3. Just type 3 in the chat if you see value. If you see value, okay? Yeah. Somebody's seen value here. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Fatima sees value. Yeah, Zoom. Yeah. Diara Tiboka, thank you. Elizabeth Tabil, thank you. Yeah, Danofamado, that's 3-3. That looks like one drink before you go to you. I don't know whether that's their headquarter. Richard, 3. Yes. Kombemos, 3. Yeah. Mavis, 3. Kangen. Okay, that's 3. This is very, very valuable. Now, I tell people that this is the best gift for your family. Trust me, this is the best gift for your family. Anything that has to do with your health is not an expense. It's an investment. It's not an expense. It's an investment. So getting this machine is not for you. It's for the entire family. It's for the entire tribe. And you will see why. For example, this is our K8. We call it Kangen 8. It's a K8. It's our high end, like a touchscreen series of our product. This machine is very, very superior. It's handcrafted. It's a touchscreen. It speaks 8 languages. It has a global switch. Any country you go to, it turns itself into their current without a step up or a step down transformer. If you take this from Nigeria and you go to the US, it will auto switch to a step down without a step down and work with that. If you bring it from the US into Nigeria, you do not need a step up transformer, it will switch. This machine has 8 solid titanium platinum plates, helping to make sure the ionization of the water is top notch, producing 6 liters of water in 1 minute. This machine is 6,235,000 naira. It's a touch screen. So you won't see button, the whole of that thing will just go dark. But once your hand touches the sensor, it touches, sees your hand, it comes up very beautiful. You must experience this K8. So it's for 6,235,000. Somebody says, is that not expensive? I say, compared to what? Have you been in the hospital of late? Do you know how many persons have walked into the hospital thinking they will spend probably 30,000 naira, 50,000 naira, and down 4 weeks they spent over 10 million naira? Were they planning for that? No. This is not the right time to be in the hospital, guys. This is not the right time to be in the hospital. This is not the right time to be sick. In fact, it's not a convenient time. It's a luxury you shouldn't be able to afford now. It's expensive. But guess what? Every drug you take, you'll be the only one taking it. No other member of your family will be able to take your drug. So whether they spend 10 million on you, you are the only one that expense is being carried on. Whereas we could have gotten a device that the entire tribe, village can come and experience same. Let's even imagine. Imagine what it will feel like for you not to renew that expensive prescription drug or to be free from its side effect. The pastor that came yesterday and was sharing in my office, he was just all smile, all laughing. I don't know what Mr. Jonathan, he was just, he said, this thing works, it works, it works, it works. And I reminded him of a guy that whose PSA was 24, and in 6 weeks of taking the water dropped to 0.7. We've not even seen him this year. And this was somebody that was spending 517,000 naira every month for his medication for his prostate. And yet no other member of the family could take that drug. What will happen if you stop that retainership of that prescription drug, or to be free from its side effect? Do you know the side effect of some of these drugs? And you could actually be free. Let's even imagine how you would feel if you had more energy. This was what led me into this, because I was getting chronically fatigued. I went for a full body checkup, head to toe. And yet I wake up 6 a.m. by 8 o'clock, 2 hours later, I am totally drained until I experience this. What will you, let's even imagine that you now have no pain, or probably you finally lose that weight. What will it feel like if you feel healthy again? I hope you know when you are healthy, you feel it. Just imagine that for a moment. You may want to even go for our flagship product. This one is 7 plate and not 8 plate. This is not touch screen, okay? But these are flagship product, and this is what many of us are also using. It's 4,837,500. The other one is 6,235,000. So you can go for this. Very, very potent and doing what it meant to do. Now, whether you go for the K8 or you go for the other variant, this is very priceless. It's the only machine, medical grade machine out there, medical certified ISO 13485, producing 11.5 and 2.5. I see people come, oh, we have this bottle that we shake and it can give you alkaline water. So, okay, if you give me alkaline water, what if I want a pH of 7? Oh, sorry, it cannot produce that. Okay, what if I want a pH of 8? No, it cannot produce that. Okay, what if I want a 2.5? Oh, sorry, it cannot produce that. What if I want it cannot produce that? Okay, you shake it, it becomes ionized. Because this is science, it's like it must have a leftover, like a residue. Where is it? Where is it going to? Where is it turning to? They can't fathom that out. And you think what they are selling out there is the same thing with Kangen. No, it's not. And this year already makes it 30 years. 30 years. We just hit 30 years. I need to edit this. Plus lifespan for these machines. All the machines that were created 30 years ago, they are all still working. And this machine keeps cleaning itself. It's patented. So what are we looking at here? It's the go-to device, medical device for your family. In case you want to make your payment, you can just screen grab or snap this account, or reach out to the person that invited you and make payment for your machine. And so that by this weekend, you can be having your machines or shipped to you, or latest Monday, Tuesday, you should be having your machines. If you are outside Nigeria, you pay in euros. If you are in any other African country, you pay in euro. If you are in Nigeria, in another country, and you can only pick in Nigeria and you pay Naira. If you want to pick in any other country or ship to you, you pay it in euros. Okay? Okay. So let's talk about how to turn your water to wine. Oh, sorry, how to turn your water to wealth. Because in the time in which we are living in, especially as the flood is ravaging Lagos, I wish we can just convert it to wealth. Well, I think we can. Fasten your seatbelt and let me take you through that in the next 10 minutes. Warren Buffett said, whatever you like, you make it a hobby. Whatever the world likes, you make it a business. How does this work? The energetic marketing plan is one that it's so amazing. It's a proven device for the mass market. Remember, anyone who drinks water is a prospect. We're not asking whether the person can buy it or not, but anyone who drinks water is a prospect, because whether you are rich or you are poor, you can help somebody else. One of the dynamic person whose testimony I'm waiting that we'll be sharing in the days ahead is Fatima Ibrahim. Every day I think about her, I think the little information I know about her, and I'm super excited for that lady who, for her, it was beyond her league. I mean, it looked as if you were insulting her, inviting her, and then you are talking about things that are in millions. But hey, what we're about to talk to now, right now, is what she's currently plugged in. Anyone who drinks this water is a prospect. How does that work? Already the company is 50 years. I mean, all of this will need to be edited because the 50 years is not, the company is not on trial. They're not trying to test the water. 50 years and counting now. So listen, this business, there's no monthly qualification. There is no stocking. There is no loading. There is no inventory. There is no annual renewal. There is no auto ship. There's accumulative sales, international borderless sponsoring. So I can stay here in Nigeria and somebody join me in the US, in Ghana, in Dubai, around the world. The market is on tap. I've already shown you. But what caught my attention is the fact that in the last 30 years, Energic have not changed their compensation plan. This blew my mind. This is a compensation plan and 100% optional. You don't need to be involved in this. You can just buy your machine, install it in your house, you and your family drink the water, and you sing Kumbaya. But the company says, if you choose to want to share this, we have a way to reward you. In fact, we have a way of making you get the machines for free. And that's what you are seeing here. And they've not changed this plan for 30 years. I do not know how many companies have not altered their plans for 30 years, but not Energy. Now, this is what many of us are used to. Bring to, and there's nothing wrong with this. We have the good, the bad, and the ugly of all systems. But the energy system runs a direct model. So you come in, get a machine, you have your ID, you talk to your friends, they buy. Those are called direct sales. Your friend reaches out to their own friend who buy machines. Those are indirect sales. When you add up your direct sales plus your indirect sales, that's what we call group sales. So group sale is not that you sold everything. What you sold to your friends, and your friends have their own circle of influence, and it can go various levels deep. Those are indirect sales. Now, adding both is what we call a group sale. Now, Energy pays us in 10 ways, amazing ways. We do not have time for all 10. We'll just talk about one. I think today I posted something on our group of a lady, Cynthia Briganti. She's an immigrant from Philippines, who currently right now earns a minimum of 4.5 billion naira every year from this project. 4.5 billion naira. So if you are not earning that, please listen. You know what? Listen double. You know what? Listen 3 times. Because if somebody is doing something and earning 4.5 billion naira every year and is an immigrant, then this should make sense. But let's just deal on one of these. How does it work? So it's called the 8-point commission. Now, our flagship product, like I told you, is 4,837,500. 2 million of this is actually budgeted for the field. They take this 2 million, they divide it into 8 parts. So if you divide 2 million by 8, you have 250,000 for 1A. So 1A, one piece, one pie is 250,000 naira. Now, how do you get your machine for free? How do you make money from this? How do you turn your water to wealth? Well, the first person who joins you, who buys a machine, you get to earn 250,000 naira. The second person who joins you, you get to pay earn 250,000 naira when they buy machines using your direct link. Now, for two persons, you've already earned 500,000 naira. It looks easy. Okay, doesn't look like life changing. I agree. Well, when you consider that minimum where they are still budgeting, whether it's 60,000 or 62,000, now then you understand anything I give you 250,000 naira per sale, that's a lot. Now, when you make your third direct sales, rather than earning 250,000, now they start paying you 500,000 naira. So you have made 3 sales and you have made 1,000,000 naira. Congratulations to Madam Chinyere, who made her 2A. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Okay, Madam Chichi Adebayo, congratulations for becoming a 2A rank member. So when you hear 2A, what that means is that, like I told her, I said, you have opened a 500,000 naira shop. So she has 3 shops now. One shop is paying her 250,000. She has another shop paying her 250,000. She has just opened another shop paying her 500,000 naira. So 3 sales, she's made about 1,000,000 naira. So if you bought a machine for 4 point something and 1,000,000 naira is already back, selling 3 machines, you're already recovering back your cost. Well, when you have 10 cumulative sales in your organization, you become a 3A rank member. Now they are paying you 750,000 naira, no longer 500,000 when you make your next direct sales. So 10 cumulative, remember cumulative is not you, it's everybody's sale counting for you. You become a 4A rank member when you have 20 cumulative sales, not fresh 20, continuation from the 10. It does not flush. It doesn't take whether it takes you 10 years for it to happen. You are now a 4A. Now you are earning 1,000,000 naira per sale of this machine. Then when you now have 50 sales in your organization total from inception, you become a 5A. Now you are earning 1,250,000. And when you have 100 sales in your organization, now you are earning 1.5 million. Now, not fresh 100, continuation from the 50. Remember, I said accumulative sales exist. So there's never flushing in this system. Everything accumulates till you get to the next number, then it will count for you. So imagine 100 sales and you're now earning 1.5 million naira per sale of a machine. Now, let me break this down and show you how it works. So let's take, for example, here, I see, just give me a sec. Okay, yeah. I see who was from Akwanga. Somebody join us from Akwanga. Okay, that was Mavis. Okay, Mavis Jimba joined us from Akwanga. So let me use Mavis on this call tonight. So, because the last time I was going to Jos, we passed through Nasarawa, Akwanga. I hope that's the Akwanga, unless there's another one. I don't know much Nigerian geography, but okay, let's say it's part that Akwanga. So, MJ, okay, Mavis Jimba, so MJ will be good for me, not Michael Jackson. So MJ comes in and gets a machine. He has an ID. And MJ talks to Tom. Tom buys a machine. So Tom is his first person, 1A. Now MJ will earn 250,000 naira for signing up Tom to buy a machine. MJ is excited, goes out, talks to Shade. Shade is the second person. Shade will also be 1A. And how much will MJ makes? Another 250,000 naira. Not much. Good. MJ reaches out to MM and MM buys a machine. Since MM is the third direct, MM will make him 2A. So how much is the 2A commission, like Madam Chichi just got? That is 500,000 naira. But ladies and gentlemen, something exciting begins. Tom talks to Grace. MJ did not make this sale. MJ does not know Grace, but MJ only spoke to Tom, who has now made a sale to Grace. MJ will be earning 250,000 naira, even though he did not talk to Grace. Grace reaches out to Pearl and sells a machine. MJ will still earn 250,000. Pearl reaches out and sells to Ato. MJ will still earn 250,000. Have you noticed that MJ is earning, even though MJ only brought Tom, and it's the same amount for Tom, that is going down the line, even up to the 8th generation. That's what we call it 8 points. 8 points down. MJ is earning as if he brought them. Now, if you calculate this, those are fast becoming a few millions. MJ is excited and jumps out and registers Eno. Well, Eno will still be a 2A, not a 3A, because for you to be a 3A, you need a cumulative of 10 sales. So if you calculate, this is 7 sales, okay? It's still sub 10. So this is 2A, and a 2A is still 500,000. But let's say Eno is a catalyst, because one catalyst I've seen is Madam Chichi. She jumps in and she registers Ali, Abu, and Annie. Ali comes in under Eno, why Eno is earning 250,000 because that is her first sale. MJ will earn 500,000, even though MJ only brought Eno. Remember, I said you have opened a 500,000 naira shop. This is what I meant. Eno sells a machine to Abu. Abu buys the machine. Why Eno is making 250,000 because that is her second sale. Guess what? MJ is making another 500,000 naira. Why? It's a 500,000 leg. It's a 500,000 shop. That shop only produced 500,000. Well, Eno makes a sale to Annie. He's her third person, so Eno will earn 500,000. But guess what? MJ will still earn 500,000. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do your calculation, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is a total of 10 sales. Any sale that MJ makes after the 10th person directly will be a 3A sales. Like Chooks, that's 750,000 because every new leg adds 250,000 naira to it. I hope you are following. So let's say Annie sees this, talks to Bob, who buys a machine. Why Annie makes 250,000? MJ will make 500,000. Wow. Annie talks to Ben, who buys a machine. MJ will still make 500,000. Annie sells to Bob. Now Annie makes 500,000. MJ will still earn 500,000. Bob sells a machine to Joe. Guess what? MJ will make 500,000. Bob sells a machine to Jack. MJ will sell 500,000. Bob sells a machine to John. MJ will still earn 500,000. Ladies and gentlemen, under this Eno structure alone, let's count from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 500 times 10 is 5 million naira. MJ has just made 5 million naira simply by having Eno come in on his 500,000 shop. And guess what? MM is still there. MM has not even moved. Sade has not even moved. Tom and the gang have even paused. Chooks has not even moved. Have you seen that? It's even Annie and the crew that is even moving. Abu has not even moved. Ali has not moved. It means if everything happened under Annie here is happening under Abu, that's another 500,000 dropping for MJ. What if Ali decides to do that 500,000? What if MM decides to replicate what is happening here? Think how much MJ is making. Now think if this leg is moving, this one is moving, sales are happening here, sales are happening here, sales are happening on a higher leg. Ladies and gentlemen, MJ, what do you think? This is why we call this drink and grow rich. And guess what? There is still a lot out there. Because if you really mean business, like what I'm talking about, the lady making 4.5 billion every year right now, just want to step it higher, get 20 sales. And remember, the 20 sales is not you, it's the entire team. And now you are not like Tony, you are now earning 1 million naira. You have opened a 1 million naira shop. So I have a shop of 1 million, and I can open multiple 1 million naira shop. In fact, like that 2A, I can open different legs under the 2A so that each shop is 500,000. Under the 3A, because for you to go from 3A to 4A, you need 10 more machines. What if I had 5 more personnel to register and I register them directly under my leg? I've opened 5 3A legs. Each leg down will be paying me 750,000. I hope you are seeing the bigger pie here. And by the time you are able to build up to 50 sales in your organization, you are having 1,250,000 naira per sale of a machine. And when you're able to have 100 sales, you are now a 6A rank member earning 1.5 million naira per sale of the machine. From your 101 till infinity, every direct sales will pay you 1.5 million naira. That's the current rate right now in the Nigerian market. Ladies and gentlemen, This is amazing. This is crazy. This is what we are talking about here. And if you now become a 6A, the company says, thank you for being a 6A, 100 machines plus, we give you extra $3,000 as bonus for hitting that rank. When you help two people in your organization to become 6A like you become a 6A too, they give you $6,000 an additional incentive. When you help two people, not 10, to become 6A like you, this is our own nomenclature. Some company will say gold, silver, ambassador, diamond. We use the A's, 6A, 6A2, 6A-2. Now you get $12,000. 6A2-3. Help two people to go to -2, you go to -3. Now you're earning $25,000 once and $5,000 monthly for life. And one of our top sponsors, Simon Low from Malaysia, just qualified for this about 2 weeks ago. Okay, now imagine, and they are paying you this $5,000 for life, for the life of you being on that rank every month without fail. And ladies and gentlemen, this is not part of your commission. This is not part of those legs commission. This is just, they call it education support and many others. We had a call on Saturday. Those of us that were on the call, you saw some breakdown that were mind-numbing, mind-bending. Monies people are making. Help people to go to a -3, you go to a -4. Now they give you $50,000 once and $10,000 monthly for life. They scale you up. $10,000. Dollar right now is about 1,510. Let's say about 1,005. So 1,005 times 10, that's about 15 million naira every month. And this is not your commission. This is just say, take, hold on, make it to go support people. Help people to go to a -4, you go to a -5. They give you $100,000. This is not because your commissions are coming in naira, this comes in dollars. And they give you 15,000 monthly for life. People are earning it. Then you go to a -6, where you receive 200,000 and 20,000 monthly for life. Then you go to a -7. I posted somebody today who is 6A15-7. That means she earns $400,000. Then they pay her every month without fail for her entire lifetime until she gets to the next rank, $40,000. $40,000. Guys, that's about 60 million naira, I guess. And that's not part of her commission. And she's the person that is making about 4.5 billion naira convertible every year. Oh my God. What do you see? So what do you do as we bring this to a close? Use the product. What we are trying to do is create centers close. Congratulations to Joss. You people are really on fire. You are creating multiple centers to bring this information closer to people. Thank you, Pastor OK. Pastor OK has been on a tour. We saw a clip of him. I don't know whether Umaya. Yes, Umaya yesterday. He was on a TV show talking about the water. He's in nature. He's where he's just everywhere ravaging. It's like he's an epidemic right now because he wants everybody to get to know about Kangen. But you see, we can talk about the theory right now and you don't have somewhere to experience it. So if you have a place close to you, go experience it. Use the product. Some persons, in using the product, they see it work, they refer it to their friends. They talk to their friends about it. And some persons get to use the water, drink the water, give it to family members, they see massive result, and some of them are now coming in to buy the machines. Whether they buy it for personal use, it's being bought under somebody, a team is being built. Listen, we don't hype anything here. Everything is as said, and you'll experience it so much more. Too many testimonies. Maybe one of these day and night will just open up for testimonies so that you get to hear people telling you testimonies in their own words, not that we are trying to say what was not. It's happening. You may want to get your own real testimony. This is why we say that when you change your water, truly, you will be changing your life. So if you're a guest on this call, I would like to encourage you to please get back to the person who invited you to take a look on this call. Now, I might do the presentation. If I didn't invite you, please go back to the person that invited you and tell the person, I've listened. If you have questions, I'll open up the room shortly for questions. But if you have more clarity or more time, I need, okay, give me more materials, give me this. the leaders will help you. There are different groups, WhatsApp groups and different teams. Whosoever invited you is plugged into a team, and they will plug you somewhere where you can get more information to support you so that you can make the right decision. But the Bible will say, "Blessed are they who do not who do not see but they believe." Some people say, "Okay, until I see." No, some people said, "I believe," because, like I said, I was in Jos. 10 people stood up and 10 different testimonies. If you were seated there, you don't need to experience it. 10 people cannot be faking the testimony. It was so raw, and we are seeing this multiply. So I do know times are challenging in the land, but we say that when life gives you lemon, now you have the opportunity and the privilege to squeeze it into a glass of Kangen. I want to say thank you very much for being a part of tonight's call. I do not take it for granted, and that friends, families invited you, and you said, "Okay, I'll take a look," and you are here. I want to say thank you very much for joining us. We do this every Wednesday and every Friday. So next Friday, same time, 8 p.m., we will be on this call to throw more light on why Kangen water and Energic is on steroid. However, if you have any question, I would like to open up the room so that you can raise up your hand or you can unmute yourself and you ask your question and your question will be addressed. Thank you very much for being a part of tonight's meeting. So if you have any question right now, please do ask and then we will address it. Any question, please? Any question? Thank you, Mr. Dan. Thank you, Mavis Jimba. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, dear Richie Boka. God bless you. God bless you. Fatima Ibrahim, I'm proud of you and I'm rooting for you. Trust me, I am rooting for you. We'll come dance that dance while I see you dance. Okay, we'll come and dance. I mean, you inspire me. All right, any question? Okay, so if there's no question, first let me stop the recording so we don't get it too long.